Welcome to Tech Talk Central. We're the place you come to for a deep dive into the tech that, well, really matters to you.
That's right. And today, we've got a good one. A real high-fidelity fight.
We definitely do. We're pitting the Marshall Woburn III against the JBL Authentics 300.
Yep, the battle of the retro-style speakers. And our job, really, is to help you, our listener, figure out which one hits that sweet spot between nostalgia and, modern features for your own setup.
All based on the specs, of course.
Exactly. We're looking at the spec sheets, breaking it down. Think of it as the rock and roll heavyweight versus the smart kind of 70s-inspired contender.
Okay, let's jump right in. First impressions count, right? Aesthetics and portability, they both have that retro feel, but wow, they're aimed at different people, different setups.
Totally different. The Marshall Woburn III, you see it, you know it. It's that classic Marshall amp look, but for your home.
Right, that iconic stage vibe.
Exactly. It's bold, stripped back, designed to be a statement piece, really. And they've thought about materials, too. PVC-free, 70% recycled plastic, vegan materials only.
Which is a nice touch, definitely. But that classic design kind of dictates how you use it, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. It's a proper home speaker, corded electric, freestanding, and it weighs, 16.4 pounds?
Yeah, hefty. You're not exactly tossing that in a backpack.
No way. You find a spot for it, and that's its spot. It's committed.
Okay, so then you look at the JBL Authentics 300. Still retro, but a different flavor.
Yeah, very much inspired by the 70s, that letter-like finish, the Quadrex grill, that foam pattern thing.
Yeah, it's distinctive.
And it's got that cool cast aluminum handle. Plus, like Marshall, they're using recycled materials, which is good to see.
But here's the massive difference, the thing that just jumps out.
The portability factor.
Exactly. That handle isn't just for show. It's got a built-in battery, 4,800 milliphi.
Which gives you, about 8 hours of playtime?
8 hours, yeah. That's not bad at all for something this size.
And because it is meant to be moved, it's lighter, significantly lighter, about 10.8 pounds.
Makes sense.
So what here for you listening is pretty clear, I think. Need a speaker that stays put, looks awesome, and makes a statement. Marshall.
But if you want to move the music from the living room to the kitchen, maybe out to the garden.
Then the JBL is literally built for that. Handle, battery, it's made to roam.
Okay, crucial difference established. Let's get under the hood. Power, sound architecture. They both talk about home shaking sound.
Yeah, but how they get there is quite different. Let's start with the Marshall, the Woburn III. It's pushing 150 watts max output power.
Okay.
But the real story, I think, is the driver system. They re-engineered it. It's a three-way system.
Okay, break that down. Why is three-way important if someone's just looking at the wattage?
It's about clarity, really. Precision. You've got a big 6-inch woofer for the bass.
Right.
2 dedicated 2-inch mid-range drivers.
Okay, that's interesting for vocals and instruments.
Exactly. And then 2 34-inch tweeters for the highs. Having those separate mid-range drivers means the bass doesn't, muddy up the vocals or guitars. You get much better separation.
And the specs seem to support that focus on clarity and depth.
Yeah.
Bass down to 35 hertz. That's low.
Oh, yeah. That's proper deep bass territory. You'll feel that. Plus, they angled the tweeters for a wider soundstage and added dynamic loudness.
What's that do exactly? Dynamic loudness.
It's clever. It automatically adjusts the EQ based on the volume. So if you're listening quietly late at night, it bumps up the bass and treble a bit so it still sounds full.
Oh, okay.
And when you crank it, it balances things out to stop it sounding harsh or distorted. Keeps the sound consistent no matter how loud.
Gotcha. Smart. Now let's flip to the JBL Authentics 300. This is where that power number really jumps. 300 watts max output.
Double the Marshall, yeah. But again, a different approach to making sound.
How so?
It's a two-way system. You get 2 25mm tweeters, okay, and a 5.25-inch woofer.
Standard enough.
But then there's a downfiring 6.5-inch passive radiator. That's the key bit here.
Right. So no dedicated mid-range driver like the Marshall. How does that passive radiator change things?
Well, a passive radiator isn't powered. It uses the air pressure from the main woofer inside the cabinet to vibrate and create extra bass.
Ah, okay. So it helps get deep bass out of a potentially smaller box.
Exactly. It's a way to get really powerful low-end performance, especially in a sealed design, which is great for, a portable speaker with a battery. You don't need a big tuned port.
So if I'm hearing this right, Marshall goes for sonic detail, separation, that three-way precision, maybe more for the critical listener.
You could say that, yeah. It's prioritizing clarity across the board.
Whereas the JBL, with the passive radiator and higher wattage, is maybe aiming for maximum impact, Big bass, especially in that portable package.
That seems like a fair assessment. They've optimized for different things. If you really care about hearing every distinct instrument layer, the Marshall's three-way design is compelling.
But if you want sheer volume, punchy bass, and the ability to take it anywhere.
The JBL's 300-watt setup with that radiator is built to deliver that kick.
Okay, makes sense. But sound is only part of the picture these days, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Connectivity, smart features. This is where things get really interesting and quite different again.
Let's stick with the Marshall first. How does it connect?
Marshall keeps it pretty traditional, almost like a nod to classic hi-fi. You've got Bluetooth, sure, 5.2 LE, so it's modern Bluetooth, ready for future stuff. Simple pair and play.
Okay.
But the wired inputs are where it really leans into that audiophile angle.
Right, I saw HDMI.
HDMI or C, yeah. Great for hooking up your TV, using it like a really cool sound bar. Then you've got RCA inputs.
Perfect for turntables.
Exactly. Direct connection for your vinyl setup. And a standard 3.5mm O jack, too. Huge flexibility for physical connections.
So it assumes you have gear you want to plug directly into it.
Pretty much. And you control it with those lovely analog knobs on top, very tactile, or their Bluetooth app.
Okay, so Marshall respects the physical connections. Now, the JBL Authentics 300 feels like it's playing a different game entirely here.
Totally different philosophy. Yes, it has O and Bluetooth, but the big deal is Ethernet and, crucially, Wi-Fi.
Okay, Wi-Fi. Why is that such a game changer compared to just Bluetooth?
Well, with Bluetooth, your phone is the source, right? If you walk too far away or get a call, the music stops or stutters.
True, yeah, annoying.
Wi-Fi streaming using things like AirPlay, Chromecast, Spotify Connect, Alexa Multiroom pulls the music directly from the internet, not just your phone.
So it's more stable, higher quality.
Generally, yes. High-definition audio is easier over Wi-Fi, and it's interruption-free. You can use your phone for other things, even leave the house, and the speaker keeps playing.
That's a big convenience factor. And the smart stuff.
Baked right in. It has both Alexa and Google Assistant built in.
Both. At the same time.
Simultaneously. You don't have to pick an ecosystem. You can talk to whichever one you prefer, or use both. That's pretty unique.
Wow, okay. That's a major plus for a mixed smart home.
And because of that Wi-Fi and the smart assistants, it's designed from the ground up for multi-room audio. Linked it with other authentic speakers through the Google Home or Alexa apps. Easy.
Okay, so stepping back.
Yeah.
The choice here seems really stark. If you value those direct physical inputs, HDMI for TV, RCA for vinyl, the Marshall is tailored for you.
Absolutely. It's for integrating into a system with those kinds of sources.
But if your world is built around streaming services, maybe you want music in multiple rooms, and you use voice assistants heavily.
Then the JBL is undeniably the more connected, more smart speaker. That Wi-Fi and simultaneous assistant support are killer features for that kind of user. They cater to fundamentally different needs, really.
So when you're actually deciding which one to buy, it really comes down to how you'll use it most, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Power and precision in one spot, or versatile smarts you can carry around.
Couldn't put it better myself.
All right, let's try and summarize. Pick the Marshall Woburn third if you want that ultimate fixed location speaker. That classic rock look is important. You need those specific wired inputs for your turntable or TV, and you really value the sonic detail from that three-way system.
Yep, fixed. Powerful, precise sound. That's the Marshall's territory.
Okay. And choose the JBL Authentics 300 if portability is non-negotiable. You need a battery and handle. If having both Alexa and Google Assistant ready to go is a big win. And if most of your listening comes from Wi-Fi streaming services, maybe across multiple rooms.
Versatility, smart integration, portability. That's the JBL's game.
So the specialist powerhouse versus the smart, adaptable all-rounder.
Exactly. And, here's something to maybe chew on.
Go on.
With high-res streaming becoming so common and smart homes getting, smarter, how long does a purely plug-in speaker, even one as good as the Marshall, really hold its ground against something like the JBL, which offers that portability, that deep Wi-Fi integration, and still sounds great, even if maybe not quite as surgically precise?
That's a really interesting question. The appeal of just picking up your speaker and taking it with you is strong.
It is. It's a sign of where things might be heading. Definitely something to think about.
Well, that wraps up our deep dive into the Marshall Woburn 3/3 versus the JBL Authentics 300. A proper retro speaker battle.
Indeed it was. And hey, if you want to check out the latest prices, maybe find a deal on either of these cool speakers, be sure to look at the links we've put in the description below.
Yep, check those out. And if you found this comparison useful, if you want more tech insights broken down quickly and thoroughly, please do hit that subscribe button for Tech Talk Central.
We'd appreciate it.
We'll catch you on the next deep dive.